Can I ask you about God?
Ask me
God played
about
a
God.
part. So last night, Aaron Rodgers said...
You might not like my answer on any God question, though. I'm just telling you.
Why? I don't care. Aaron Rodgers, to poke fun at Russell Wilson after the game, said, God was a Packers fan tonight. Do you know why he said that, A? And B, do you think he was serious?
Well, I know why he said it, because after the NFC Championship game, Russell Wilson praised God and made it sound like God wanted Seattle to win. I think Aaron Rodgers was poking him in the eye with that one. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I was glad to hear it for one.
Well, someone told me today, a good friend of mine, I said, I was telling him about that, and I was writing some questions in regard to today's show. And he said, well, you know, God takes Sunday off. Maybe he is a football fan. That's a one day of rest for God, for all the people who know. You know, 6 days he works, 7th day he relaxed. So maybe he is in a pool, an office pool.
Do you think God bets on football games?
If I were him, I would.
Well, yeah, you can fix the outcome. The all-powerful God ought to be able to fix the outcome.
Do you think God cares about football?
I get the impression God doesn't like Jay Cutler, but other than that, my guess would be no.
So you think Aaron Rodgers, who after last year was kind of upset that Russell Wilson said that, he said God doesn't care about football games, so he was being funny.
Aaron Rodgers is either, I think he's either agnostic or he's an atheist. I think, if I remember correctly from reading about him in the past. But here's the hypocrisy, if you ask me. So Russell Wilson thinks God had a plan and let the Seahawks win. And Aaron Rodgers says God was a Packers fan today. But the people who say God probably doesn't care about football, well, how would they know? That doesn't make sense to me. So now they're speaking for God.
Oh, okay.
But how do they know?
That's a good point. So if God was a Seattle fan, why would he let them lose the Super Bowl last year?
It's a good point. Unless he feels they'll learn more through adversity.
When you think God spoke to Moses, now you would know about this. God spoke to
I wasn't there.
Well,
was this the whole burning bush thing?
Yeah, but
Okay.
he spoke to him. He said, here are the 20 commandments. And then God goes up there, then Moses goes up there, drops 10 of them. And he said, I got these 10 commandments.
Yeah.
You saw History of the World.
Mel Brooks.
So if God is a fan, why wouldn't God have spoken to Pete Carroll and said, run the ball?
Maybe God is Marshawn Lynch's mother, and we just didn't know it until this year.
That's good. Wouldn't that be great if she were God? I think that'd be great. Okay.
Nothing like a Tebow discussion to take us off track.
What did you just say?
I said the Cowboys and Eagles should not pick up Tim Tebow.
No, I thought you said, after we got through that discussion,
God. I said God. That portion of the big stuff presented by the Celtic Tavern, the official sponsor.
Did you hear about the waiter at the Last Supper? Did you hear about the waiter?
No, tell me.
So the waiter is bringing in the wine, because they're going to have some wine, and he trips, and he falls, and he spills the wine on the table, and he goes, Jesus Christ, and he hears a voice, yes?
All right, the big stuff presented by the Celtic Tavern, the official sponsor of the Colorado Rapids soccer team. Just a couple of weeks left in the Rapids schedule, but if you want to tailgate a couple hours before kickoff with all the folks from the Celtic Tavern, go there, hop on the bus a couple hours beforehand, go over to Dick's Sporting Goods Park, have a lot of fun with all the other soccer lovers and watch the Rapids game. You can do that by getting on that bus just a couple of blocks south of Coors Field on Blake Street. That's where the Celtic Tavern is located.
What is your favorite thing to eat at Celtic?
Fish and chips.